gentlemen, we're not supposed to be here.
This is a closed course.
Okay, we're back. Episode 20, Season 2, Episode 10. Episode 20 total, but Season 2, Episode 10.
Yep.
2 times 10.
We've made it 20 episodes in. That's pretty good for us.
Pretty good.
Committed.
Yeah.
We will say, for people who have been asking about the pod, summer is here officially. So we're going to be moving the pod to every other week. And this day when we shoot the pod, we're going to be going out and shooting content and hopefully some more YouTube videos. So that's kind of the plan the rest of the summer, and then we'll re-kick into gear every week back when the weather's cold. But we're going to take full advantage of the nice weather, huh?
Yeah, we got to get out, film some YouTube videos, some TikToks, a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
It was one thing when the weather was shitty, we couldn't do that stuff, but now it's great. So
We're taking advantage.
yeah, exactly. We got to go. We even got a lot of collections coming up, some cool collabs we got to film.
Yes.
So might as well do it.
Let's do that.
Sean, what are you drinking over there?
It's got CBD in it. Did you know every cell in your body has a cannabinoid whatever receptor? Cannabinoid.
Every cell have a worm, too?
Probably.
What's a cannabing?
Cannabinoids.
What's
It's
that?
just what's in CBD, THC, all that. It's just a core function of your cells.
That's
You know,
within us.
so you should have your CBDs. Is basically it.
Mm.
Helps your body stay optimized. Probably not with 40 grams of sugar, but
Wow.
here we
CBD
go.
is
How
good
much
for
are in
you.
that?
It's good
Well,
for
it's
you, or else
delicious.
they would make.
It's 26 grams.
Ooh.
What do they make the oils? Like you get a little massage with the CBD oil.
Yeah.
They would make that if it
Little
wasn't good for you.
topical. Sure.
Well,
Cannabinoids.
off of that, Children's Hospital was good yesterday. That was a great event.
First event of the year. It was a good time.
Yeah.
3 of us here played. 1 of us stayed in the clubhouse and worked.
Yeah.
Which one was that?
You drove around with transfusions. Tough job.
Well, I did like playing Cart Girl for a little bit.
I know. Probably a couple
You
times.
kill it.
I heard, so like every group I ran into, they were like, yeah, the group behind us is hitting into us. Yeah, the group behind us is hitting into us. And then like I'm talking to this one guy, and they're like, yeah, this guy behind us like hit into us twice. He's got a spade tattoo. He's a big fan. And I was like, Stu? He's like, yeah, that's the one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's
It's a compliment in there.
And I was like, oh, you know, he'd kick his ass. He's like, no, he's really cool about it. Like, he said he doesn't usually hit his driver pretty straight. But that being said, Stewie has been roping driver lately. Like, the swing is looking good. So, you must have been hitting some big drives out there.
yeah. I mean,
Getting noticed.
I didn't even know I was hitting into him, honestly. So
That's like, I mean, that's a good thing, I guess.
There's
I
a
mean,
there's a lot
There's
of
a
kind
couple
of
blind holes.
yeah. I was gonna say there's a couple blind tee shots there.
Yeah.
We got hit into a couple times. We did it a couple times. Just kind of happens.
It happens, especially on blind holes in a scramble where you're like, oh, this, I mean, you should know, like, it's slow.
Yeah.
But then it waits, you know, how long do you wait? It's not a big deal. I don't
No.
think anybody got hurt. But our first tournament was a success. All proceeds went to Children's Hospital, Colorado.
Yeah.
We raised about $15,000 for that. So that was great. That
Yeah.
was a good time.
We got to kind of debut the transfusion.
Yeah.
Golf Drinks had a bunch of these out there. We were giving them out for free. Got some good feedback on it.
Yeah.
Every trash can was just full of them. If you went by, you see the trash cans.
Bro, there were so many. Because we were giving them out for free.
They're
Yeah.
so good.
People were just pounding them.
They brought 15 cases of transfusion and they were gone. I don't know how many's in a case. It's like 20 or
20
something.
maybe?
Because there's 4 in a little pack and maybe like
Yeah.
8 packs, maybe like 32 or something.
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think maybe like 32. I think it was like 300 transfusions.
Yeah, and
We went
all
through
gone.
108 players.
And that wasn't even the party tournament. That's the social.
Yeah, and so if you had a good time and you played in our first tournament, come and sign up. And that was a Monday. Monday tournaments are always like,
Yeah,
you got to
it's-
work the next day, you got to take a day off. You always kind of get behind. Friday though, the 26th of July, right?
Yep.
Is the next tournament at Broken Tee. It's a social. We're having an event the night before, so if you sign up for that tournament, come to our HQ. You could see the pod studio, you could see the warehouse, you could see the retail area. We're going to be giving people the full tour and having food and drink, and then the next day is the tournament, which is going to be fun.
Libations. Bring the thunder. It's a Friday.
Yeah, it's a Friday.
Libations.
oh,
I don't know if you talked
Fancy
about
for cocktails.
I don't know if we talked about this yet, but when you check in at the social, we're getting a Bloody Mary bar there. It's gonna have like all the bacon, all that gross shit. If that's what you're into, I
delicious.
hate Bloody Marys.
It's
I
lit.
hate
What? You don't like Bloody Marys?
No.
best Bloody Mary I ever had was Vegas at that one breakfast.
Come with like
place.
a cheeseburger on it and stuff.
No, it was like a piece of bacon, some olives, with some what is it?
Egg.
A1 Worcestershire we put in it,
Yeah,
something like that.
gotta have Worcestershire.
Yeah, it was delicious.
You're gonna have all that. You
Yeah.
also get a cigar when you check in, or a couple. They're bringing like 350 cigars. So if you want a couple cigars,
Hand rolled.
hand rolled, go ahead and take those puppies. Energy drink, some cool tea gifts, and then it's gonna be a party from
Beers.
there on out.
Yeah.
And we're doing an
And
after
some
party.
golf.
Yeah, and some golf. A little
And
bit of golf
after
mixed
party
in.
at Mile High Spirits, right?
Yeah, after party. We haven't decided the time. Probably like 8 p.m. or something like that.
Yeah.
Downtown Denver. So that'll be fun too. Kind of a weekend of events. So people who, if you're flying in for it, got something Thursday, Friday. You know, we don't have anything Saturday, but you're.
Flying Thursday, fly out Saturday. You know, come hang out Thursday night, play golf
Yeah.
Friday, come to the after party, and go home the next day.
Yeah, it's perfect.
But it's gonna be a good time for sure.
And we haven't really posted about that much on the social media, but there's only like 15 teams left. So
Less than that. You said there was like 22 spots, so like
yeah,
11
yeah.
teams left.
Yeah, so if you want to get in on that, go ahead. I think that one, I'm looking forward to that one the most. Minnesota
And
will
then
be cool too.
Minnesota's like half full. There's I
Yeah.
think maybe 12 more sign up, 12 more players.
Yeah,
or
a couple
6
private
more teams.
cabins left. That'll
Private
be fun.
cabins. Yeah.
Anyone who signs up for that, you get a bag embroidered with your name on it as a tea gift. Some other cool stuff we're not gonna say,
Is
but
that a spoiler
it'll
alert?
be cool, huh?
That's the
Bag?
spoiler alert. You get the bag for sure.
Yeah, you get
It's
the
like
bag for
it's
sure.
Like literally the biggest. spoiler.
Yeah.
No, we got some other cool stuff planned.
Cool stuff.
We got some other real cool stuff planned.
I don't know. We're
not gonna spoil that.
the last tournament we played in had some pretty shocking tea gifts. I'm gonna be honest.
We won't mention that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, we won't name it, but we got like a CBD oil and a fucking gummy vitamin. That was it.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Pretty sad.
Yeah, you used that oil though.
I did.
Did it work?
On the
was a little
back.
Tender.
Did it work?
Yeah, I
Was
like
it like icy hot?
Yeah.
Did you get fucked up?
No.
Oh.
A little bit of oil on the back. Didn't fuck you up?
No.
Okay, so we got our last topic of business today. We've gone through 9 topics so far in season 2, kind of how to start your business, grow it, marketing. Now we're all the way at exit strategy. So there might come a point, I guess, when you want to sell your business, whether the full thing or, to get some other investors. So now we're going to talk about exit strategies. Nick, you want to start off on
Well,
that?
I think exit strategy is it's an important one, but it doesn't necessarily mean sell your business. I mean, it could be sell your business, hand it down to your kids, close it down, continue to run it, and have hire like a CEO or a president, and you kind of go hands. There's many different ways. It depends on what you're looking for in your lifestyle and your business. The last business John and I had, when we invested into it and bought into it, the owner was still a partner, and his goal was to hey, I want to sell the majority of the business. I want to take some money off the table. I want to retire early. That's fine. Retire at 45, and that's what his goal was. So it depends on what your goal is. For us with Pins and Aces, we don't know what necessarily we want to do, but we're still young. We're only 34 years old. You guys are 24, so there's a lot of time left in our career. So the exit strategy could be, there isn't one right now, or to sell the business today or tomorrow or in the next couple of years. We're going to keep running this and growing this thing and have a good time doing it. So I think it depends business to business what you're looking for. I don't know, John, what are your thoughts on that?
I think you have to go into something or any business with, day one exit strategy. Like you said, what's your goals? Do you want this to be a legacy business that you hope to hand down to your kids? Do you look to sell it in 5 years, 10 years, whatever? But I think you also have to be prepared for whatever opportunities show up, because maybe a strategic comes along and then, they want to take you from 10 million to 100 million, and they have the systems, processes, partnerships put together, and then you kind of have to be ready for that. But I'd say it would be very rare that you get out completely. Usually there's some continuity that investors want. So you're likely, just going through phases. It's not going to be like one and done and you're out. It's often, maybe you get lucky and take some money off the table, but you're still in for the second bite of the apple when, they try and scale it even more. But, there's like 50 different outcomes.
Depends on what you're doing in the business too. You might have a business that's generating $500,000 a year, but you have a really good corporate job. You might be making 6 figures at a corporate job, and you don't want to give that up to come and, make 20 grand a year.
Yeah.
So it's a lifestyle business. You're going to keep running it on the kind of the side, or there is an opportunity to come over here full time, and then it becomes a lifestyle business. Hey, you don't have to put in as much effort if you hire a president or a CEO, and you're just, making a little bit of money off the top of it and let it run. So
And maybe you're not chasing perpetual growth all the
Yeah.
time. Like you're a landscaping business and you have 5 million in contracts and you make 1.5, 2 million a year. Like
why
you're
grow
probably
that?
happy with that.
Yeah,
That's
fine.
that's plenty. You can do a lot. You can grow that. But it's a different appetite, different needs, different demands. If you want to be like, I want to be the next Nike or something,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to just completely sell your business, cash out, retire at 40, what do you think is the best way to do that? What kind of ducks do you need to get in a row before you do something like that?
John?
It depends on where your industry is. I'd say like kind of direct consumer or online sales. It's high growth without dwindling gross margin. If you can keep your gross margin elevated and still have high growth, then strategic or private equity partner would view that as valuable because you're not having to discount to fuel the growth. So they're thinking that's healthy business. But if you're in like a, manufacturing or kind of, very systems, processes, operations driven businesses, then, the inputs you're trying to do are very different. That's, minimizing costs, being more efficient. So again, really industry specific. High growth, high gross margin is probably a good formula.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything on that?
Yeah, I would say, also cash flow, if that you're going to maximize the value that you're getting for your business. Not only do you want to have free cash flow being generated, you also want to have, you also want to be showing growth. Like, hey, this is, unless it is just a stagnant business, but you're going to get less value for that.
Yeah.
But you're going to have, if you can show like, hey, we're growing year over year, we're in a good cash flow position, that's really going to maximize value.
And you got to think about it like selling a house. If you're chugging along for 5 years and then you have one breakout year, you probably not the peak time to sell the business because as an investor, they want to see that this is consistent. So like you wouldn't do it after year one, maybe after year 3 of that consistency. Then as a buyer or an investor, you'd be like, I feel pretty good because when you buy a business, you're paying for future cash flow.
Yeah.
So if your business is pumping out $1 million a year, if you buy it on a 10 multiple, you're basically paying for 10 years of money of cash flow.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when you hear like multiples in a business value. It's years of consecutive cash flow generated.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of my next question because, we had some people in last week and we're talking to them, not because we want to sell pins, but just because it's a good thing to keep in mind, like year over year growth. If you eventually want to exit, what's that best number for percentage wise growing every year? And Derek was like, I think it's between 20 and 30. Do you want to touch on why that's a good idea instead of 45%? Because kind of like John said, someone's going to come in and say, well, that's not sustainable. You'd rather have between 20 and 30 year after year after year after year. Is that the right way to think about it?
I think so. That's exactly right. It's better to see 5 years of 20 to 30 than, 1 year at 60 and then the other at 10 and then the next at 4, because investors want consistency and they want something that's predictable.
And they can plan on it for the future better.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you can just, your investment is sound because of the consistency.
Yeah. Well, what if you have a year and you're just doing way more than the year before? Do you just put that money back into the business as much as possible? Because like if you're making more, it would feel kind of weird to just put more and more back into the business. But I guess if you want to maintain 20 to 30%, you kind of have to do that.
Well, I think there's an inverse relationship there too, as you assume, you'll be able to pull a lot of money out of the business, but growth takes more money. So if you reset the bar here, you're having to spend here to keep that level. So like that's, people don't see how difficult being an entrepreneur or business owner is.
Yeah.
Because it takes capital, and that's why it's so hard for people to have a business that lasts 3-5+ years, because you grow too fast, or you just, you can't sustain your own growth without giving away your business, basically.
Do you have anything else to touch on that, Nick?
No,
It's
I
hard
think-
because there's so many different ways to do something like
Well,
this.
but I mean, I agree with him. You don't want to scare off a potential buyer. You want consistency, with the business. So I think consistency is key there. And then again, it's aligning your end goals and your vision with what you want to do when it comes to exiting in a business. And I think when you align on that, and there's no one size fits all solution for that. There's many different ways. You don't even have to sell your entire business. You could say, I'm going to sell 20%, 30, 40% of it, and I'm going to be a majority owner, or I'm going to sell a majority of my business and I'm just going to be an investor in my own business.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of how that works.
Anything else? Final thoughts? All right, well, let's move on to some sports because I didn't have this plan, but I just thought about our boy Dustin fighting this Saturday.
Oh yeah,
Forgot that was this Saturday.
that is.
I was looking on Caesars, the betting thing. He's a big favorite this weekend.
Is he really?
He's minus 250 to win,
Wow.
which obviously he's our boy, but the other guy's like a savage. I was kind of surprised to see that line. I thought it'd be more even.
Wow.
Kind of crazy.
I didn't even think he'd be the favorite. I hope he wins.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well-
Dustin, you heard that right, Dustin. Yep.
Well, I mean, the guy he's
Here
fighting
comes a leg kick.
That's a leg kick for Nick.
literally lost
honestly.
a split decision to John Jones 2 years ago, so he is big time.
What's Dustin's fighting style? Is he like getting to the ground in
Striker.
submission, or is he just a boxing match?
No, I think he's a striker, but he's a kickboxer.
Mm.
I don't think he's gonna go
With an iron jaw.
Yeah, he's only been knocked out once
Wow.
in like 40 career fights, probably.
Yeah, which is crazy.
It's a lot of fights.
That is.
And we were gonna go to the fight because it was gonna be in Vegas, and we were gonna be in Arizona this weekend, so we were gonna drive over, do a quick flight. Then they moved it to Louisville. He had tickets and stuff all lined up for us, and we just couldn't make it out to Louisville.
Well, because we were gonna have to fly from Arizona back to Denver, and then Denver. to
Yeah.
Louisville, and there
Which
wasn't a
didn't make
direct
sense.
flight.
No. But
Different time
hopefully,
zone.
hopefully he wins, and the next time he's in Vegas, or
We'll go out to
at
it.
least if it's somewhere else, we can plan around it better. It just sucked that this weekend we were gone.
Yeah.
But I hope he wins. It'd be so sick.
Well, we'll be watching it. It'll probably be like at 7 or 8 at night our
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, it'll be perfect.
9 or 10 at night his.
Yeah.
So.
It'll be perfect. And he got us some UFC jackets. We can wear those. while we
Oh
watch.
yeah.
Those are dope.
Let's go. They are dope.
He was at we played in the tournament last weekend or last Monday for the Broncos, and he was there playing as like one of their celebrity guests. And I don't know if I should say this, but Nick had pink eye. I can say that, but Nick had pink eye, and he was kind of like, oh, God, I hope I didn't give Dustin pink eye before his fight.
Yeah.
Or like, can you imagine if he has to pull out of the fight because of pink eye?
Because I infected him. I was wearing sunglasses. It's like wearing a mask. It's very effective at
It
stopping
wasn't,
the
it wasn't
spread.
even pink eye, was it?
No, I don't even know what it was.
Well, it's both your eyes. So
I don't know.
what did the doctor say?
Virus leaking out of it.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, John.
Gave me a steroid drop. Went away. It was fine.
The doctor had
Told you not to.
nothing knowledgeable to say about the
I
situation.
told you not to use antibiotics, bro.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I shouldn't use those, but I was putting them in to see if it helped. Did anything? Didn't. Then I got a steroid drop to reduce the redness. Yeah, just some like virus coming out of my eye. So
And then you showed up to work the next day, and I was like, yeah, Nick's here. And John's like, yeah, thank God he's not. I'm like, no, he's in the building. He's like, he's here? And I'm like, yeah, he's here. He's like, well, what did the doctor say? I'm like, oh, he said it's not that bad. It's just he had a virus, and now it's coming out of his eyes.
yeah,
John's like, that sounds awful.
Sounds like your eye should have been bleeding.
It's a horrible.
it looked like it, man.
Better than
You
your
saw
butt,
It?
I guess. So.
It was pretty bad.
Wasn't contagious.
was
No one
not-
got it. No one got it.
It was not a good look.
We're good. We're good to go.
It
was scary.
was awesome too because you were going on to literally everyone in the office. I heard, hey, have you guys seen my eyes?
Well, I was opening them up and I was squirting it out like one of those lizards.
You kept trying to
Oh.
butterfly kiss me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your morning butterfly kiss.
Yeah.
My eyes itch just thinking about it.
And then U.S. Open next weekend.
Yeah, did you see some of the qualifying shit? Colin
No.
Prater qualified.
I don't know who that is.
Colin Prater, he played at UCCS, so a D2 school that is no longer
Colorado College?
no
Colorado
University-
Springs?
Colorado Springs.
Oh.
CU Springs.
UCCS, yeah, University of
UCCS.
Colorado Springs, yeah.
So this guy played UCCS. He is from Colorado Springs. He's a science teacher. He is the winningest player. He had like Auburn, USC, Oregon, all these D1 offers.
Yeah.
Like, I just kind of want to stay home. Like, I wanna
Really?
play at UCCS. So he played there. I think he won like 54 Division II tournaments. Like almost won every tournament he played.
Did you win a national championship? Individual?
Individually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So still.
Really good. Now he's a science teacher, middle school science teacher.
How old is he?
28, 29, 30 maybe.
Prime.
So they had, in order to do that, there's about 10,000 people that qualify to go to sectionals. Sectionals, from there, you go and they take guys to go to the U.S. Open. So you have to qualify. Usually you have to shoot like
So like the
1 to
longest
4
day in
under.
golf or
Yes.
whatever?
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
1 to 4 under to get into sectionals. And then sectionals, you have to play against all the tour players like Adam Scott, Daniel Berger. I think Jordan Spieth had to qualify.
Fuck.
Mark Hubbard from Colorado, he won. He shot 15 under over 2 days. It's crazy. In sectionals. So from there, to get into sectionals, there's 10,000 people at the beginning, whittles it down to 687 players. And those are like tour players that already exempt, like Rafa already exempt straight to sectionals, Jordan Spieth, Adam Scott, all the tour guys who aren't in there just go to sectionals. Then you play an impossible course. So Burke has qualified for sectionals like 4 or 5 times.
Really?
Yeah. So last year he played at not Bear Dance. It's in Florida. Bears Club. It's incredibly difficult golf course. And he's like, I think like Daniel Berger, another guy qualified. They shot like 12 under. It's 36 holes. Ryan shot like 80, 78.
Really?
Yeah. In there. So you got to qualify. Anyways, going back to Colin Prater. So there's only 44 spots out of the 680 throughout the country. He was one of them. He's just this amateur, like he's so good. Why isn't he going pro? If I had that skill, it's
Like
crazy.
he qualified at sectionals.
He qualified to sectionals, then he got into sectionals, and then he's in the
Now
US
he's
Open.
in the U.S. Open.
Yes.
Damn.
He beat out
an
like
amateur.
tour pros, major winners.
Why
to
isn't
get
he
in.
wearing our shit?
Bro, you should pull a picture up of him. It's funny. He's just like super casual. Here's his like middle school shirt, like like
Polo.
an Ashworth polo.
What's his name?
Search Colin Prater. Dude is a baller.
Is he any relation to Matt Prater?
No, Parter.
Both.
There he is. Click on that picture. No, go left. Go back.
Oh, look at him.
Click on that picture right there.
Look at his baggy shorts.
That's him.
Sweet.
He literally gives me
does
Ryan.
Wearing
He,
like CM,
he
like
gives me Ryan Burke vibes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does look like Ryan Bird, kind of.
Sign him up.
What is that? DM? That's the middle school that he worked or CM?
CM, yeah.
Wait, so
Something Mountain, Cascade Mountain.
what's
or
going on
something.
with Rafa? He made
Cheyenne
sectionals, but he
Mountain?
didn't play.
I don't
good
think
enough
he
to make
made the.
US.
You can read the article, but like he qualified for the US Open. It's just nuts, man.
And he was a middle school teacher.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the next. What's his fucking name? That pro.
68-73 to finish 2 strokes behind medalist Joey Verts. With that, former Colorado Springs, part of the 156-man field. Speeds the world. Yeah.
Sweet.
That's sick.
Get him in a polo, bro.
I know. It's crazy how good those guys are. Like he's 2-time CGA Player of the Year, and
Yeah.
he's won national championships D2, and he's like scrapping to get in the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
Had like a crazy run to even get in.
Yeah. Isn't that nuts?
That is pretty wild.
It's in college. If you win a national championship, like D1, you get like your tour card.
Top 5.
Do you get anything for D2?
No.
That sucks, man.
I don't think maybe there is like a Corn Ferry or something. I think D2, but I think
I feel
D1.
like that makes sense.
Yeah, that's
Maybe something like that. But yeah, longest day. Adam Scott chipped in, and then the other guy, Cam Davis, made a putt after Adam Scott chipped in. Adam Scott has not missed a major in the last 23 years.
Adam Scott.
Has not missed a major. This is his first one.
He also hasn't
He
won
might
anything,
get
like, in the last
exempt.
20 years.
Huh?
When was the last time you won something?
Yeah, maybe the Masters, like in 12 or
Yeah.
15 or whatever
10
he won.
years, he won
Yeah,
something.
Fuck.
still, that's a pretty impressive major streak.
Yeah. that
92
is.
majors or something in a row.
Who do you think's gonna win, Scotty?
It's hard to bet against him.
Yeah, I guess so. All the live guys are in, right? Like the big ones.
Well, the ones who have won majors, and like Bryson and DJ and
Yeah, yeah.
John Rahm,
Kepka.
Koepka, yeah,
Brooks.
because they get exempt. If you win in the U.S. Open, you get exempt for 5 years.
Cam Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the
Oh, you
British,
get exempt for 5 years for all their majors.
yes,
Oh.
if you win a major, but only the U.S. Open. If you win the PGA ever, you're exempt for life. If you win the Masters, you're exempt for life. If you win the British Open, you're exempt to your 65 or some 63.
So like Cam Smith can play in it until he's 63 or
the
whatever.
British Open, yeah.
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 Oh, just the
the British Open. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's why like Gary Player was playing in the Masters.
Yeah.
Like, fighting
Right.
Because he was so old.
He
Yeah.
was like
Right.
70. Yeah.
And then they kind of have like an unwritten rule, like, if you can't like break 80, don't come and play.
Yeah.
And then like they have special exemptions. Like Tiger got a special exemption,
Yeah.
so they give special exemptions for people who have won multiple times, and Like if you win 20 times on tour, I think DJ, Phil, and Tiger are the only active like players who have 20 wins.
The TV ratings.
Yeah. Well, you get a lifetime exemption to the PGA Tour if you win 20 times.
That's nice.
Just to the PGA Tour. So, yeah. Anyways.
I'm gonna butcher his name, but what's like the really famous golfer? His name's Hogan.
Ben Hogan?
Is that it? Is
Like
there another
one
one?
of the
There's
legends
no another Hogan.
Ben
He's
Hogan?
like literally
Ben Hogan?
makes his clubs.
Because yesterday,
from the 20s.
I don't know. Because yesterday when I was playing with that group at the Children's Hospital, it was all kind of people I barely knew or just kind of met. But you know, like on the tee boxes, between tee boxes, they have that like skinny piece of grass that's cut like fairway.
Yeah.
From tee box to tee
Yeah.
box. They told me that's called Hogan's Alley. Because when back in the day when he was playing, he would never hit it out of bounds. He would hit it in the fairway.
Yeah.
And he told like the tour, if I'm hitting it in the fairway, why would I ever have to walk through the rough? So like cut a path for me to walk through the fairway.
Oh,
going
really?
from tee box to tee box. So I was trying to figure out if that's true. That's what some guy told
Search
me.
Hogan's Alley. Maybe it's true.
Look up Hogan's Alley. I mean, it sounded legit to me.
Sound legit.
If not, you can just bullshit it and tell other people that.
Should be Mo Norman's Alley.
Yeah, I didn't see anything when I looked it
FBI.
up. Maybe that guy was bullshitting me, but. Maybe.
Or golfers say that Hogan's Alley was named for Ben Hogan, who first suggested mowing a walkway strip from the tee ground to the fairway to minimize the gook on spikes. Others claim Hogan's Alley was nicknamed Riviera because of Hogan's. Scroll down. Which one is right? See what someone responded to Emperor Penguin.
So neither of what that guy said is being shown.
No answer. Keep scrolling.
I don't know if that's true, but I like it either way.
What does Wikipedia's Hogan's Alley say?
Ooh, the Navajo people.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not what we're.
Anyways,
Indians.
Well, I'm still gonna tell people that. I think it's true.
well, could be.
John, any predictions on who's gonna win next week?
It's hard to go against Scheffler.
Yeah.
What is it? You don't.
Or Brooks. I think Brooks shows up.
Didn't you say you can put out of every bunker there?
No.
Oh, I'd love that.
At Pinehurst?
Yeah, isn't there something like
Definitely not.
some guy won there and there was something like he never used his wedges, he just putted or did something weird.
Exclusively out of bunkers?
No, just on the whole course. Like he didn't use his wedge the whole round because he
How's
always
that even possible?
just putted everything or something.
Just Texas wedge it from 60
I'll
yards
look it
out?
up. I'll look it up.
That'd be awesome.
Hmm.
John, you got your conspiracy? Might be the time.
Yeah.
Hope it's a good one. It's the last one. Who knows if we're gonna bring this segment back?
Probably not.
Nick's getting more fed up as time goes on.
Yeah. I like them. I'm about a believer in about 60% of them now. 6 out of 9 so far.
All right. Whoa, almost
whoa.
spilled.
I think that's such.
Yeah. It's a big one. It's classic.
Our Sasquatch, aka Bigfoot. As you can see, this is this week's conspiracy of the week. John, let's hear it out.
I'm really into cryptids. Okay. Bigfoot.
Exists. Yes, I
Let's
agree.
go straight to 1971. Ron Moorhead, he was a true outdoorsman, local area, had been in the Sierra Nevadas for, generations. And back then, you would get these legendary hunting spots, that were handed down by generations. You can't just find them in a book. One of them was called the Bunker, which is 8 miles from the nearest trail. Not even trail, not
Bush.
even trailhead, just trail.
Wait, what was this? The bunker? What was it exactly?
It's called the Bunker.
I know, but what was it exactly?
It's just
A hunting spot.
in the boonies. Yeah, he's a hunter. He's in backcountry boonies.
Continue.
So he goes there and he hunkers down for a night, and he starts hearing these really crazy, weird noises. And so he's like, "Whoa, that's really weird, man." And then he goes and gets his pal,
I would have the same reaction, I think.
and his pal had, a camera and audio recording sound system, which is, in 1971, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's not like you have your iPhone now,
Can we hear it?
Yeah, we'll get there, man.
Okay.
Patience is a virtue.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, let's cue it up. Send it.
Cue it up.
This is called the Sierra Sounds.
We're in for a night view.
This is confirmed, unmodified, unedited. Shit chills me to the bone, dude.
Yeah.
So
What are those
keep in
noises?
mind this is Sierra Nevada.
Those banging noises are a part of Bigfoot?
Yeah, this is all part of it. Whooping.
That's a wolf.
I've never heard a wolf make that noise.
And you'll start hearing Ron trying to whoop him back or like communicate. Yeah.
What are you trying to talk to this?
So they're freaking out.
Bro, that straight up just sounds like a monkey.
Like a laughing now.
That's wrong.
Scroll the comments. Right there.
That's our job. Now we know where we can look for tracks of life for sure.
Whooping.
Bro, that
What's that sound?
It ain't a wolf.
I want to keep listening. Scroll up to the video. How much time's left? All right, I want to hear it 3:05. Comments are saying people are talking back to him.
But yeah, it's honestly wild that they're just trying to talk back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be terrified. I wouldn't do that.
I want to hear 3:05.
I think that's the growl.
Someone says, "Oh my God!" One of the Bigfoot says it. Coming up.
There's two of them across the creek at the big rocks.
Bro, I would be pissing my pants.
It's a hard act to follow.
8 miles from the nearest trail.
It sounds like he talks to us and they talk to each other. Yeah.
What?
Is that the Bigfoot?
What? Okay. So we think this was real.
It's confirmed real.
What's real
But-
about it? It's just his buddy
Okay.
out in
Wait,
the
but-
forest making the noise.
No. They went and hired Dr. Curley, Dr. Curley, who's an expert in signal processing,
Okay.
which is like a mathematical explanation to sound
Okay.
and frequencies. And the ranges of noise you're hearing, the highs and the lows, are like
Humans
impossible
yeah,
for
humans don't have that ability.
So the highest high and the lowest lows are, they're higher or lower than 95% of the human race. And there's this one section of it called the growl, which is like the lowest base would on a signal processing meter as like the lowest base in the entire world. And how frequencies work, if you're going to increase volume, you usually have to raise pitch. So to have it that loud at that low is like no human could do that.
Damn. That sounds accurate.
Yeah, and that's like whales, they can go really low, really loud. Humans, couldn't do it. So so they were saying to make it like physically possible, just based on again the math, it would have to be a bipedal. You know, it kind of sounds primated.
Yeah.
There's no primates in Sierra Nevada, but you know, has to be primate anywhere from like 6'5" and taller. You know, and they think one that was that low, because you need the size to create the low, would be about 8 feet tall.
It sounded like there was multiple though.
That's what part of it too is they recognize there's like anywhere from like 2 to 4
Fuck.
different Bigfoots.
Dude.
Creatures.
It's honestly wild by them for trying to just like talk to it. I would be pissing myself.
Yeah. So mathematics, man, signal processing, you can't fake it. This is unedited, unmanipulated. This is one of the most compelling physical evidences for Bigfoot. You know, and then they kind of circled the area. They found footprints.
Did
But I think footprints are like so easy to fake. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to put much stock. That's why I'm not going to bring up footprints.
Yeah.
But
Like that was 1971.
that was 1971.
Why hasn't there been anything similar to it? Similar to that since?
Why, I don't know.
I'm just like,
I don't know.
it's just that one time, and then like no one ever's ever encountered a
Well,
Bigfoot.
everyone's probably too jaded now. If you did have something, they just say, "Oh, it's fake," or "That's
Yeah, sure.
AI," or "That's edited." But I mean, you can't fake this stuff in.
How did they get that audio?
That's what I mean. In the bunker, in the middle of nowhere, where it's like physically impossible to create those pitches, highs and lows, frequencies and volumes, without it being, you know, an 8 foot tall entity or creature of some sort.
And then how do
primate like
how do we have the audio now?
bipedal.
Like how did that get? How did we obtain that audio and get that on YouTube? And like how did they get that audio?
It's been around since 1971. It's heavily scrutinized. So
They
someone just put
recorded
it
it
on
in
there.
71.
Yeah.
Uploaded it.
But the guy went, you know, the night before or whatever, and was like, "Bro, this is nuts." And then his pal came with, he's like, "Oh, I got the great equipment. Let's go."
Fuck.
So
They could have literally all four of them could have just jumped them dead.
yeah,
Do they know where the bunker is? Can we go back there?
probably yeah. I just know it was like
Record it.
boonies, Sierra Nevada,
That'd be sick.
and like it's harsh winters there. It's not easy.
Where's
to get
Sierra
there.
Nevada?
California, Nevada.
It's like Reno,
Reno.
Tahoe.
I would go there.
Okay, what's the next one?
So then even you know, there's a few. I think it's called like the Painted Rocks. You know, they have hieroglyphs or whatever you want to call them from old tribes of these big hairy ape-like creatures. If you look at like every major tribe in North America, they have some sort of like big bipedal stalking creature, aka like a Bigfoot, stinky Bigfoot. Even Theodore Roosevelt, in one of his books, wrote he met with a mountain man, Mr. Bowman, and he had a story where this big stinky ape-like thing stalked him, and then eventually like accelerated and escalated until he ended up like snapping his pal's neck.
Wait, what? Mr.
The
Bowman?
Bigfoot snapped Mr. Bowman's friend in the backcountry, but he was telling Theodore Roosevelt about it, and Theodore Roosevelt wrote about it.
How did?
So you think a president's gonna lie?
Yes.
Not Theo.
Oh.
Yeah, so that creature eventually killed his friend. All right, let's fire up the PGF, the Patterson Gimlin film. This is the most scrutinized video in history. This and the JFK assassination,
Why?
because it's Bigfoot.
I mean, it looks real,
So,
but we were also faking moon landings in the 70s, so
well, this was earlier. This was 67.
Good points, too.
This is 67, and this, you know, has been nitpicked to the moon.
nitpicked. Let's get down to the nitty
Like,
gritty
oh,
here.
this is a fake. This is, you know, people have just looked at every single aspect of this video to try and disprove it,
I mean,
and it's still proven
and
unmanipulated,
what are their
unedited.
how have they tried to disprove it? That like it's a costume?
Yeah. So they've had multiple.
And how have they disproved that assumption?
Well, one of them, Nick was saying before, was this guy was a Bigfoot fan because he had seen tracks and he's like, I want to go and capture a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
So he went out with the purpose to try and film one.
How the fuck do you know where to look? I
But
mean, you
the
just
argument to
randomly
that would be like, well, I'm Steve Irwin and I just want to film animals in their natural habitat. Why can't homie go and try and film a
I mean, he just
Bigfoot in
wanted
his
to
natural
see
habitat?
the most talked about mythical creature and just pick one spot in the woods and boom, saw one walking across.
Yeah, and then if you look at the scale of this creature, it would have to be about 6'5". Again, Sierra sounds small end 6'5", which would be a
Is that
female.
Bob? Was that Bob?
There he is. And he's like a real cowboy. He rode in with his pal. And brought all their equipment, their filming and audio.
Why can't anyone just hold the fucking camera? Hold the camera steady, man.
But even before this, they like saw it and they're freaking out and their horses were all going crazy.
Oh, were they?
And then,
Oh,
he,
they were on
and then he like grabbed his camera and got this footage. And it looks back.
Dude, I mean, it honestly, it does not give off the characteristics of like an animal walking. Like I've seen, I've seen like gorillas walk, and they don't walk on 2 feet like that.
Well,
looks
again,
like a dude
think of the scale.
in a costume.
This would have to be
What is this?
just going through it. This would have to be, like a 6'5"
And it's a
person.
female, you can see the boobs.
There's boobs because 6'5" would be small end, but the costume technology just did not exist in the 60s. They didn't even have spandex
We
yet.
literally faked landing on the moon like 3 years after this.
They didn't even have spandex.
So
You can see like the natural movements as it walks. You can see the hair move, you can see the fingers move as it walks. Like you didn't have those technologies in costumes where they would it's like a puppet, They don't have that stuff yet.
I mean,
You don't get the boobs.
it's a monkey. Maybe it's a female.
It is, yeah.
No, like it's a female Sasquatch.
Yeah, no.
That's
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying.
That's
Based
what
on
I'm saying.
size.
Oh yeah. I mean,
But that's
doesn't
most
look
compelling
I'm
for
gonna be
me
honest,
is-
that doesn't really look like a mask of any kind. That looks pretty legit.
Have they what do the experts so called experts say
Yeah.
about this video? Like it hasn't been disproven?
You can't disprove it.
Prove that it's fake?
Like
No.
you can't disprove it because it's literally a straight up.
But part of the story too is their horses went crazy during this. They ran off down the street. They were trying to
Do they try and reenact? Oh,
they were trying to get their horses so they could track it down, but they couldn't. And then the guy had his gun and he's like, I wish I had just shot it.
Yeah, why the fuck wouldn't you?
Because he's like, if I had shot it, then everyone would not, just
well-
you'd prove it right away.
Dude.
Wouldn't have killed it.
Yeah, but you think of all the creatures that they just found like a giant squid within the last 20 years. They find a new creature every day in the ocean. We didn't know there was like tribes of humans in the Amazon, and we still find tribes of just backwoods humans in the Amazon. We didn't know about eastern lowland gorillas until the 1920s.
Where was this video?
This was in the Sierra Nevadas.
This was in Sierra Nevada too.
Uh-huh.
So the one recording was in Sierra Nevada, and this video is in Sierra Nevada.
Yeah, that's why.
So why
this was
aren't
a
we
hotbed.
absolutely raiding Sierra Nevada looking for Bigfoots?
Because it's wilderness.
So
It's untamed.
why
Maybe they moved out. Maybe they moved up to Seattle.
You're telling me Bigfoots migrate?
Downtown.
I don't know.
People have found them all over the country, supposedly.
Yeah, like every tribe, they
Skunk
had it.
Florida.
Skunk Lake and
Florida.
bayous.
Skunk bake.
Oh yeah.
So those are the two most compelling physical evidences. There's tons of stories where, these miners and they get trapped in a cabin and there's a pack of Bigfoots beating on their cabin all night.
Stop. Where was that?
There's a story where a guy gets kidnapped by one, supposedly for like 3 days, and then it like got into something in his pack and he sprinted out of there while the gorilla was freaking out, and it was like a dad, a mom, and a kid.
All three of them escaped?
No, a dad, a mom, and a kid Bigfoot.
Shut the
and
fuck
they
up.
like carried him out into the backcountry. I could find that one for you.
That just got me. I just got goosebumps from that.
Yeah, but like also think about it, if you've gone backpacking backcountry, you just kind of feel like
There's always something watching you. That's
yeah,
for damn
you
sure.
feel like you could
What's
be
1967? Is this when the film came?
that was when the
An authentic, unedited
PFG was,
film.
yeah.
That's the one.
but again, it's the most scrutinized film in history, neck and neck with JFK assassination.
Let me
video.
see it again, Evan. The video.
I just think if they were real, someone would have hit one with a car, someone would have seen one, someone would have shot one. There's literally no physical evidence. Like no one has a hair, no one has a bone. People would have found that shit. Like what happens when they die? Why wouldn't someone be hiking and see a Bigfoot on a trail that's dead?
Yeah, like they decay too. Like we find
I
fossils
haven't
all the
found
time.
I haven't found any bones, no hair.
I mean, it does look pretty.
Maybe he doesn't want to be found.
Bro, I mean, it does look pretty real. It doesn't really look like a costume.
Looks like when Carson put that Sasquatch costume on for the polo drop.
So you're saying his hand movements, finger. I don't see his fingers moving.
dexterity, the technology and costumes, the scale, like that's a big bitch. The girth.
Dude, why didn't they shoot it, man?
Girth.
Girth.
Yeah, I mean,
So you're saying that Bigfoot's still real today, or it was?
it's got to be.
I think it's probably become harder for them, but it's probably true. Again, there's tribes in the Amazon we still haven't discovered. And that's on land. Think of like what's in the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
Still
Stewie?
uncharted. There's a lot of wilderness.
Stewie, real or fake that they live today?
I think they're real today.
Yeah.
They got to be. I mean, there might not be a lot of them left, but who knows who knows their lifespan? No one knows.
No one knows.
You know
I
their
want to
lifespan.
believe it. I think it's fake. I think we would have found something.
Just from that one reason.
What?
That's a pretty big reason.
Which one?
haven't
The bones?
found-
They haven't found bones?
Uh-huh.
We haven't found a shit ton of bones. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I see where your head is at, but we haven't found. If dinosaurs were real, we haven't found a disgusting amount of fossil bones either.
Well, fossil fuels,
It's
but
because they've turned into oil.
Exactly.
Not.
yeah,
Okay.
I don't believe that. What do you think?
Living today? No. No fucking shot.
No fucking shot.
I
agree.
just think someone would have either got a better
With all the
recording. Someone would have
bones?
found a dead body. Someone would have found a bone. Someone would hit it with a car, but more just the recording. Like, how does no
Everyone
one
has a phone that's like high quality shit.
Every video we've gotten has been a shaky.
And our
bullshit.
best video is 1967 with all the technology.
I mean,
Well,
but
maybe people do have that.
that's
They
the
just
thing.
don't
Like,
want to
that's
find
the
it.
thing. They filmed this in 1967 with no technology.
Right.
You can't edit that.
I'm not saying that, but you could edit that.
I
You could
would-
be in a suit.
So in the
Just say
last 50 years,
cryptid
they haven't gotten
zoology
one more video.
is crazy in general. There's a lot of weird stuff about the world. You know, back to like dragons, mermaids, Maui mermaid video.
Yeah.
That one's crazy.
Okay.
Maui mermaid video?
Yeah, I can't explain that one either.
Pull it up, Evan.
But
You mean-
when did we land on the
Pull
moon?
it up.
When did we land on the moon?
1969.
1969. This was 2 years prior, Mage. And you're telling me we faked
You're not gonna find it.
the moon landing.
That's in Israel.
No, these are all fake.
They absolutely fabricated the entirety of the moon landing 2 years after this. You're telling me they couldn't make some guy in a
Or it's
costume,
like
or they couldn't make a costume equivalent to looking like that.
we should talk about gnomes. We talked gnomes one time.
Gnomes,
That's
You
scary.
think gnomes are real?
Yeah,
What?
gnomes, like a garden gnome. What do
like
you mean?
little fairies.
Like Romeo and Juliet?
gnomes.
What do you mean?
What the fuck, man?
I'm telling you, there's a lot of crazy stories
What,
out
you
there.
mean like what is Mage? What am I looking at? Mermaids.
You won't find it. I'll have to bring it to you.
Like I'm just.
What is it?
It's not.
That's
that
not
one.
it,
I have seen some creepy mermaids.
Mage. I'm just saying.
What?
Yeah.
Is it dead like this one?
No, it's a live
Ew.
video.
That's not a mermaid. That's half shark. What is that?
I don't know. It's
Fishy.
gross.
Go to that YouTube with the. Go back. Wherever you were just for.
Yeah, who's more?
Click down with the YouTube with the blur. Yeah.
It's gonna be Cap.
No,
But like Mage, you're telling me.
What kind of video is it, John? Is it swimming?
it's like there's like a group of surfers out there.
Look on Reddit.
Just weird, man.
You're telling me the whole spiel
Why
with
would it be on
faked
YouTube?
moon landing was 2 years after.
They're hiding
This.
it, bro.
it's too compelling.
What do you mean it's too compelling?
What are you talking about?
I believe
I'm just like I am on the same page as you, but I just can't wrap my hand around us faking the moon landing 2 years before this and then not having some sort of not being able to make
Well, it's
a
the
suit
same.
like this.
It's like the same reasons we can't. We didn't have the technology to go to the moon. We don't have the technology to recreate this creature until
But we had the technology to make it cinematic enough to where people believed it. You're telling me we don't have? They
Yeah,
could make a
it's
fucking
just a
bear
different
suit.
technology, not that had that dexterity, and you could see the muscles moving and the hair.
But I'm still.
The
So you also
scale,
think mermaids and gnomes are real?
I think gnomes and fairies are real. Yeah.
I believe mermaids before Bigfoot.
Mermaids? Why
Nah,
would you believe
fuck
mermaids?
what?
Because
Bro.
it's in the ocean, it's so unexplored.
Have
That
you-
could just be your
we
biggest
should, We should
defense.
talk about
10%
the
explode.
ocean cryptid stories, like from the old sailors. And, you know, there was a shark that they tagged. It was like a great white shark, you know, like swimming around.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it tracked some GPS. In one moment, it just went down like 8,000 feet, straight down. You know why? Because something came up and ate it and pulled it straight down. Just eating a great white shark, pulling it 8,000 feet.
Fuck.
Deep. 8,000 feet would be dramatic.
There are some.
But it was like a
It might be.
impossible
I think I actually have
shift
seen
in
that.
instant movement. Like,
'Cause that was
can't
people saying
explain that other
megalodon.
than like portals or creatures, megalodons, whatever.
Those are Bigfoot real.
Yeah, but same thing. You know, mermaids. You got the stories of like Christopher Columbus
Have you?
wrote in his diary about mermaids. He's like, not as hot as you think. Something like that.
Dead
Have
ass.
you seen when they're like on the
Yeah.
ocean and there's like mermaids whispering to the sailors?
And
Yeah.
sirens.
Yeah, the sirens.
That's parts of the
Pulled
Caribbean,
into
man.
the.
No, it's real.
It's based on real.
I know. They're literally hiding in plain sight. They make movies about this shit to make you think like, oh, it's just in the movies, but it's real.
All the.
Fountain of Youth, real.
Anything else, John, to add to Bigfoot?
No, there's a lot of fun stuff around this too. You know, there was another like expedition Bigfoot or whatever, and there was a video, and they can see like a dark entity like raise up like 8 feet tall because they're filming across the ridge, and they're like,
Where's
"What
that?
was that?"
What's that video?
Pretty
I've
sure it's
seen
in
that.
Sierra Nevada.
I want to see that.
They think it's a Bigfoot.
I
I
wanna
don't
see
know what
that
it's called. Otherwise, I would say look it up.
Damn.
Well, if you're still tuning into this conspiracy,
Bigfoot.
Look up Sierra
we'll give a special discount code. Lee, so you believe no? I believe no.
Yeah.
Stewie and Liam, or Stewie and John are yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
What's your discount?
My discount, since this is our last episode,
Gross.
we have a sale going on right now. You buy 2 polos, you get 1 free. Okay?
Yep.
We're going to up it a notch right now for those who are listening. Use code PODFATHER. Okay? Like Father's Day, but like Pod and Podfather, Godfather. People use code PODFATHER, PODFATHER. That's going to just be a buy one, get one on a polo. Okay?
Regular BOGO.
Just don't have to buy 2 to get 1. Just buy 1, get 1 free. Podfather.
I like
Only
it.
to our listeners. Code's going to be live for 48 hours. This comes out on today's Friday. So it's going to be good on all Friday, all Saturday. Limit the first 50 uses, and then it's done.
I like
Gnomes, man. Gnomes.
All right, quick bathroom break.
Okay.
I am pretty strung up about this home thing. Damn.
So we just finished John's Conspiracy of the Week. I want to believe in Bigfoot. I really do. I think it's so cool, but I just don't think it's real.
But if you want to hear more about Bigfoot and the fairies and the gnomes, just come out here and talk to John in person. Talk your ear off.
You will.
I think you guys are being closed-minded.
Fireside
Maybe.
chat up in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's something up in those woods, John.
Oh,
We're kind of in the boonies up
we
there.
are in the boonies.
Some Bigfoot ghost.
I'm gonna go tree knocking.
I just
Call
wanna
him
go to-
in.
I just want to go to Sierra Nevada.
I'm gonna get really scared. We can talk Slender Man and
No, I don't like that stuff. No, I don't like that.
the Hat Man.
And
no.
let's do that with some
Machine
mushrooms.
No.
No, fuck that.
Sure.
All right. So it's our news headlines, real or fake. The last one. This is it's the 10th episode doing this Close Course Bugle. After this, it's probably done for a little while. So let's see who's gonna finish on a high note.
Let's see.
This is when we try to decide if these news headlines are real or fake. Kill Bill star convicted after killing fan at Cincinnati gas station.
Who's in Kill Bill? Is that Bruce
Oh,
Willis?
this is true.
True?
I think it is true. It sounds
Yeah,
familiar.
I'm going true.
Kill Bill star convicted after killing fan at Cincinnati gas station. That's false, Kevin. I mean, come on, dude. No shot. If that's real, it's false.
So we have 3 reals and a false.
Yeah. I mean,
False?
You guys fucking stupid.
John,
I
followed you.
I was being goofy. I
followed you.
Me too.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this.
Yeah.
Fucking think for yourself.
I've heard of
Jeez,
this.
Bunch of sheep over here.
Liquor group thinks, Stewie, you're right.
Chicago Liquor Malort. Now serving shots with cicadas in them.
Wait.
Stop.
Gotta
Malort.
be true.
This is that one.
What's Malort? When are we talking about this?
Yeah.
Type of alcohol.
This is a local. Yeah.
Okay, I'll
Isn't
say
Malort-
true.
But isn't Malort like disgustingly? But it's like gets you fucked up.
It's just the Chicago.
Oh, it's just
thing.
disgusting.
I'm gonna go true.
It's Chicago. They really don't give an F out there in Chicago. Chicago Liquor Malort now serving shots with cicadas in them. Like
Let's
you're
say
eating a dead cicada, or it's
Yes.
like one of those things where
It's like
and it's
it's like
alive.
the tequila worm.
No, it's like the tequila worm. Like
It's like one of those things that they freeze
Yeah.
bugs in. It's like a lollipop. And they
Yeah,
eat the
yeah,
bug,
yeah,
like that
yeah,
Disney
like
World
that.
that they
Yeah,
give
yeah,
you. Yeah, it's probably true. I'm gonna go true.
I'm gonna say
Lee?
false.
True.
True.
3 trues and a false.
Yeah. good.
John's over
Yes.
2.
Not having that.
Doctor finds mystery fish on garden lawn and keeps it as a pet.
That's
Yes,
This is very broad.
That was,
False.
This is
I'm
extremely
going
broad.
false.
I had a
That
little
was a
fish
tough
on his
sentence
lawn.
to read.
I had a
Doctor-
little pond in my backyard.
Doctor
and
finds
there
mystery.
was like a
You have a pond?
when I was growing up. It was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know, like this big.
Yeah, yeah.
And then all of a sudden there was like a 20-inch trout next to it.
No,
Yeah.
What?
Because
that
like
is so
I
fucking
think
false.
what?
a bird came and ditched it there or something. It was weird. So I'm saying true.
Doctor finds mystery fish on garden lawn and keeps
False.
it as pet. Why is there a dash in between the lawn and?
Chupacabra.
I was gonna ask that same thing. False.
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 It's just so broad and weird. I'll say true.
Yeah.
Wow.
telling you.
Such bullshit.
That's how they wrote the line. What kind of fish? Well, did they ever figure out the fish? What kind of doctor was it? What the fuck?
See?
That's
Lawn
fucking
trout.
hilarious.
All right, last one.
Uh,
Yeah, I already
True.
706 people named
Yeah.
Kyle got together in Texas. It wasn't enough for a world record.
Was it in Kyle, Texas?
That's
Yeah, it wasn't
yeah,
Kyle.
it wasn't
Yeah.
Kyle. What's the winner? It's like Evan or Keith or some Keith,
I don't
Tennessee,
know
or
what the winner is.
and it's like 2,000 people.
Fuck.
Because I saw because Nelk Boys Kyle
Yeah.
put this
yeah.
on.
Yeah,
False.
Yeah, I know
Or
that's
it's true.
It's true.
True,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they didn't
I'm
break
gonna
the
say
record.
false
Well-
because 706.
no,
It's
it's
probably 707.
it's true.
Yeah.
True.
That is
Yeah.
wild. That just like 700 people just got. Hey, I'm gonna go to Kyle just to see all these people named Kyle.
Maybe it was Brian. I think Brian was the winner.
How dumb is that?
Was it?
man?
Yeah, it was like 2,000 people.
2,000 people named Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, man. Really
All right.
original names there.
We're almost done with season finale here.
Questions?
Yeah, but we do have a couple questions. Someone said, I think you posted the transfusion on the Instagram story. Kind of
Mhm.
ruined any sort of surprise
Mm.
launch. But
Teasing it.
so someone said, when is that transfusion coming out?
Hey, when is it? You're the one who knows.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like 2 or 3 weeks. They're just trying to figure out some legal stuff on their side because they're the liquor distributor.
Mhm.
It's a little bit more complicated, but yeah, I think 2 weeks probably. About 2 weeks. We're trying to get it in liquor courses and golf courses, but they're pretty good. They're crushable for sure.
They are really good.
I like them a lot.
Yes.
They're super good. So a couple weeks, and we'll have a little bit of a launch with that too. Some cool products
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that you can definitely buy. You got to find this at a liquor store. We can't ship you transfusion.
We're gonna try to get a we're gonna try to get a
It's
heat map.
gonna come in a padded mailer.
Yeah. We're gonna try to get a heat
Honestly.
map to like show you where you can get it based on your zip code or your city, something like that.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's somewhere close to you can buy it.
Mm-hmm.
They've had a lot of good interest so
Tell
far.
your-
Put it in an unmarked box in a random USPS mailbox.
Yeah, you could.
But if you do, Nick was about to say this, if you are like at a club or you go to a course a lot, tell them to bring it in. They can reach out and they'll get it in easy. You know, especially if it's a club, you push for it, they'll
Yes.
get it in.
Yeah.
We've already done that with a few of our country clubs and they've gotten it in or they're about to. So
Yeah.
it's pretty easy to do once the members start asking. Or the guys who play there a lot.
Perfect. Good.
All right, next one is when are we bringing Power Hour back?
We were talking about this earlier today. When is
I
it?
get asked like every 2 weeks.
Well, people don't listen, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
When is it?
I don't want to say the date, but it's going to be in the next like 2 weeks. I think it's going to be a Monday or a Tuesday. It's going to be in the next 2 weeks, so it's going to be soon. We'll start posting about dates and some more details in the next week to 10 days. But we got some good stuff planned. It's summer. We haven't done one since Augusta. After this, we probably won't do one until like Black Friday, so we're going to have to make it pretty good this time.
Yeah.
Good one. I think that's it. That's the only 2 questions we got this week.
Good. All right. Well, it's been a fun season 2.
Yeah.
We're taking a break for a couple weeks and
Yep.
then
Then we'll
coming back for season 3 every other week through the rest of summer.
Yep.
It'll get us through 10 episodes through the rest of summer. We're going to have some new ideas. If you've got ideas, email them to closecourse@pinsandaces.com.
Yep.
There you go. Good
That's
job.
the email.
There you
Take them
go.
20 episodes. Got it.
Email closecourse@pinsandaces.com because, Conspiracy of the Week was maybe like a request. Same with
Yeah.
the Closed Course Bugle. We'll have something different.
That was Daddy's idea.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was good. The Conspiracy one or Closed Course Bugle?
Conspiracy.
Oh, okay.
You can do cryptids all next season if you want.
That'd be sick. I'm so down for that.
I
Let the
kinda like
people
that.
decide.
Yeah.
Yeah, let the people decide.
No, I don't. Okay. Well, appreciate it and use that code.
Yep.
Podfather. And we'll see you guys on season 3.
All right.
Season
see ya.
3.
Appreciate
See
it.
ya.
See you in the new year.